you definitely have the time to devote to it, and it's just extra steps. It's just doing things that you're going to be proud of at the end of the day. So that's kind of my piece that I wanted to share.
All right. So what made you decide to compete?
So I've been just thinking about doing it for a while. I've always really loved lifting. It was my way through baseball. Was how I got better. Was I just lifted a lot, and I really just fell in love with it. And I just wanted to take it to the next level because I don't want to do like a 9 to 5 job. I don't want to do that stuff. I want to do something that I'm passionate about. Got my personal training certification, and I just decided, I really want to make this huge part of my life. So
Okay. Tell me more about that. You said baseball. You're not doing that anymore, right?
no, I don't play baseball anymore. I played for like a year and a half, 2 years in college.
Okay.
Got married, and then I just kind of stopped playing just because it didn't really make sense
Okay.
for me to keep playing. I just didn't really have time, and it honestly just wasn't a number one priority to me anymore.
Okay. But through baseball is how you found your love for bodybuilding.
Absolutely. I lifted so much. I was working out 3 4 times a day with different friend groups, and it was just my favorite thing in the world because you get addicted to making yourself better. And that's just the easiest way to explain it.
For sure. Why bodybuilding instead of just like casually lifting?
I don't do anything casually. That's just not really how I am. I'm really competitive. So like I even thought about doing like some powerlifting and stuff like that too. Um, me and you used to push the numbers a lot, so
Yeah.
getting to 315, 325 bench before I was 20
Yeah.
was a huge thing of mine. And then I just decided, I want to actually look good too, because when I was doing that, I was like 20% body fat,
Okay.
and I wasn't 100% confident in myself anymore. I was happy I was strong, but like I didn't like the way I looked.
And put your mic up here, maybe get it a little closer to you, just so that we can make sure we're good. Cool. And then was that a little bit of a tease? Does that mean after this you might be doing something in powerlifting?
No, I just liked when we were lifting for strength, but
Okay.
I do think bodybuilding is definitely my preferred.
Okay. Okay. When did you realize that you actually had potential in doing this?
I think in high school, because I had like the bench record in high school. At my school, I did like 62 reps of a plate on bench, and I just realized pretty quickly that I was much stronger than a lot of people, and people were just like looking to me for advice, and I knew I had the work ethic for it because that was my whole thing with baseball was I can outwork any situation I'm in, and I just I just knew like I actually have a pretty good shot at this. And then my bodybuilding friend kind of pushed me a little bit more and made me actually think you can do it. When I worked at Vitamin Shop, which was literally like 8 months to a year ago, when I kind of finally decided like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Okay. So then I guess that kind of goes into my next question. What was your starting point physically and mentally? So when you started this prep, where were you at? Like
I was 20 to 25% body fat when I started the prep.
Where were you at like mentally? Did you think that you would ever get this lean?
Honestly, I didn't really know. I knew I had like the work ethic type of thing. Like I knew I had the effort to do it, but I'd never done that. So like the leanest I'd probably been before this was probably 14 or 15% body fat, I would guess.
Okay.
So getting down to now, I'd probably say I'm around 8 at least.
Okay.
So getting down that extra 7% is pretty big deal, and I'm excited for this first one, that's for sure. And I think that in the future I'll probably try to get to like 6 because I think I can push it just a little bit more. So because I'm like we saw today, I'm starting to see that feathering and stuff like that in my legs, so I'm excited for it.
So this isn't one of those one and done type of things.
Definitely not.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again. I just trying to figure out if I want to do classic or men's physique.
Okay. And that's all going to determine probably after what this first show looks like.
Yeah, if they tell me like, I mean, if it's close, I might do them both again.
Okay.
Like just to continue to like kind of see what pathway I can go for, because I know like technically my structure wise, like my back, my shoulders are definitely a strong point, so that leans more towards men's physique. Classic is like I know your legs have to be a strong point, just a bunch of other stuff, but I also know that my legs are starting to come together towards the end of this lean wise, and like so classic could be the way to go too. So it's just like it really is a debate for me. I'm just gonna have to see what the judges say.
Okay. Did anybody ever doubt you?
Um, honestly, I didn't really have any negativity towards me for doing it. I mean, there's definitely like
The haters online?
yeah, there's always like some like a little bit of self doubt at sometimes.
Okay.
Like I was like at one point during my cut, I was literally like I don't know what I'm doing, and like I did that cut for like 8 months. So that was just like it was brutal. But at the end of it, like after maintaining and doing everything, I'm glad I did it that way.
So now we're going to talk a little bit more about prep. What's been the hardest part of this prep so far?
So I kind of just got into that. The fact that it was at 8 months,
Yeah.
like prep, that's awful. I would never do it like that again.
Okay.
I don't really plan on being ever above 20% again.
Okay.
So I think like 15 to 20 is probably going to be my sweet spot. Probably closer to 15, just so my prep's not as long.
So then, like, realistically, how long do you think a prep would be if you did do that?
Probably like 3 months.
Okay. So way less than half.
Yeah.
Or less than half, right?
Getting to 15 actually took a lot longer than people think, because the hardest part is the beginning, because like you just like you don't want to weigh your stuff, you don't want to like stop eating, you don't want to do the cardio.
Right.
So like after learning all that, I think, and I've talked to Cam about this too, like I think I'm just going to stick to like doing my cardio still.
Yeah.
Like if I do like an hour of cardio every day still while on my bulk, it's gonna be hard for me to gain a ton of fat.
Yeah. If you could have one food right now that you could eat as much as you wanted and it counted as 0 calories, what would it be?
Definitely sweets. I don't know exactly what. Honestly, most of the time it's donuts I think about.
Okay.
That's
so
like
you'd just slam a couple boxes of donuts if you could.
Oh, I would absolutely. I would like Krispy Kreme or like Hertz donut, like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm super excited to go to those.
Which donut? Is there a specific one, or are you just going glazed?
Honestly, like one of everything.
Okay. Okay. Buffet style. Okay. How much has your daily life changed during this prep?
So, I mean, it's really just the discipline aspects, like waking up every morning 5 a.m. 4:45, getting up, getting a little bit of carbs in before the workout, making sure I do my cardio before I go to work, and then doing a full work day and still doing an hour and a half cardio at night. Like that's just the main way it's changed. I mean, it's just a lot more discipline because a lot of people won't do that.
Yeah.
And that's just like something you have to do if you want to get that lean.
Right. What about like the food part? Like, I mean, is it affecting you? Like, you guys aren't going out to eat. You aren't like
honestly
family dinners. You're having to eat something different. That kind of stuff.
That part's true too. Like at family dinners when all you guys are eating, like baked ziti or lasagna or something like that, and then I have tilapia and broccoli.
Right.
That's usually kind of how it goes. Which it's not that I don't like the fish and broccoli. It's just that I've had the fish and broccoli for like 5-6 months.
Yeah. Okay. What have you had to sacrifice for this?
Mainly time. That's been the hardest part, just because like it's kind of like I was saying, like I already work a 12-hour work day like 3-4 days a week, and then my other days are like 8 to 10 at least.
Yeah.
So like I have no time other than doing my stuff. Like I wake up, I work out, I eat something, I go to work, I get home, and then I work out again, and then I shower and go to bed, and that's just like pretty much how it goes.
Yeah.
So there's just not a ton of free time unless it's like a complete rest day. So
Gotcha. Have you ever just wanted to quit during this prep?
Oh yeah. There's been a couple times where I literally was like I just want to eat like everything.
Yeah.
But I held myself, and there's been times I messed up, I won't lie, but then I did like 2 or 3 hours of cardio.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of just told myself like you're doing it, you paid for it, you did all the stuff, you've done all the hard work, like you're doing it. And that's really what pushed me through. So I guess necessarily I didn't ever really want to quit, but there's been times where I cheated and I felt like crap after, and I just like punished myself for it.
Gotcha. Um, what goes through your head when you're sitting there doing cardio for hours on end?
Honestly, cardio's kind of become like relaxing to me. I play a video. I get like my own free time because usually I have like an hour or so where I kind of want to be left alone after work. That part's been hard because I'm not home very often.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I kind of just want to like eat and watch my video in like silence. So cardio's kind of been that for me.
Okay. Okay. And then how mentally hard is it getting this lean?
It's pretty mentally hard. I mean,
Like for the people who have never done it, try to explain like how.
you feel small all the time unless you're in the gym. That's for sure. Because like when I'm in the gym and when I have a pump, I feel like crazy. But like that's like an hour and a half, 2 hours of your day. The rest of the day, I feel tiny. I feel like crap. I can't really eat anything. I'm hungry. There's
Yeah.
been several times the last like 3 hours work, my stomach's growling like the whole time, and I'm just sitting there drinking water because that's all I can do.
So you'd say it's not the easiest thing to do for sure.
Definitely not. No
Um,
sport is though. When you're taking it super far, it's the same with other sports. It's just what is the hard.
what insecurities has this prep exposed? I guess that's pretty similar to what you were just talking about, but
Really, I mean, honestly, I do feel better about the way I look. Sometimes I feel small, but that's really it. As far as like overall, I would rather look like this than I did 8 months ago. Because the thing is, too, I get cold jacked more than ever. Like,
oh
because
yeah,
when I'm in the gym and stuff like that, and people see me lifting, they're just like, what the heck? Versus before, like, I would get called like huge and stuff like that, but that's just because I weighed like 210. So
um, what's keeping you disciplined on those days where you have no energy or hungry at your last couple hours, those kind of things? What's keeping you going?
just the motivation that like you did this, like you have to do it. There's gonna be people watching. I'm doing it for myself too, and just like because I've never pushed this hard, and nobody, like I know that like you got like 8%, but like nobody in the family has ever done it like this far and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
I just like wanted to do my own thing and really push it. So
So
yes,
it's like almost like a respect for yourself and I understand like in a also just saying like I can do this.
yeah.
Gotcha. Um, what do people not understand about bodybuilding? If you had to say there's like one or two things that people just don't understand, what would it be?
I think when people think of the posing, it's really funny because people just think you're up there and you're like, and then it's like really easy and crap like that. Posing is hard. Posing is cardio. Like a lot of people don't realize that holding a pose for that long, like your heart rate probably is like 130 on average, like the whole time,
Yeah.
because you're flexing the crap out of every muscle and like poses you don't even think you're flexing stuff you're not like people wouldn't think you're flexing. Like front double bi, flexing your quads.
Yeah.
And like back lat spread, you're flexing your hamstrings and your calves and everything. So
Oh yeah.
you got to make sure everything's looking good, and that's for sure one. The other one is definitely the food you eat. I think people just think you slam ground beef, chicken, and rice. No, like 50 grams of carbs yesterday and the day before that, awful.
Yeah.
I had like no food. So
Okay. Okay. So what? This next one's about physical changes. What's the craziest thing your body has gone through?
like
It's
looks
like,
wise,
yeah, I would say probably like what's that wow factor? What's the biggest change you've seen?
I think I literally saw it today. I
Yeah.
think the feathering in the legs is probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. I didn't know I would get to that. I thought that was like a muscle maturity thing too.
Yeah.
And the fact that I could see like my whole outer quad had like the feathering on it, That was super cool. Also, like I guess like abstractions. The first time I saw
Oh yeah.
those are pretty cool. And then just like veins on my lat, kind of like what you were talking about from the front that are like thick veins.
Yeah.
So like mainly just vascularity and like actual like seeing muscle fibers and stuff like that.
What body part are you most proud of bringing up? So like, which one has made the biggest change? Like, which one are you like, man, that's awesome?
That's actually really hard. See, I want to say my back, but I feel like my back's been pretty solid. I feel like the most confident in my back, if that makes sense. But like, that's not. I don't feel like I brought it up the most. I feel like I brought my legs up the most.
Okay. Okay. And then, what body part still bothers you or makes you like? Which part do you think is your weak point right now?
Probably abs still.
Okay.
I don't know why, and I know that like they look good, but like I just feel like my lower abs could be better. But I feel like there's always gonna be stuff you think needs to look better. And I guess just the definition of my arms. Like I don't know what it is. My arms have never had a ton of definition, so I feel like when I'm doing like the front double bi, I don't see as much like coming across as I feel like I should. But that's really it, because like the size of my arms like is very good proportionally, but just the definition.
And for them, because I know, because you do weigh-ins all the time. What was your starting weight and what is your weight right now?
So I started at like 210, which I think I kind of mentioned.
Yeah.
So like 210, maybe 205. I was like around that range, and then right now I'm 170. So it's been fluctuating. I mean, like the absolute lowest I was at was like 168 or 167. Most days I'm like 171 to 173. Just kind of depends how much water I've had in me, when I weigh, stuff like that.
So you lost basically 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Which most people would have seen you and probably thought you didn't even have 40 pounds to lose.
Yeah, because see, here's the thing. I had a lot of muscle mass, so I didn't look fat. It was just that, like, I was still like 20 to 25%, and like I had a chest vein at like 20% body fat. So it's like it was just like weird, but my abs look terrible looking back at it. I mean, I look like a chud master. So
okay, so let's talk about the show day. Are you nervous at all?
Definitely nervous. But I'm also just like trying to make it a fun experience. So like I'm gonna just let that go. Like yesterday on the call, I was kind of nervous because I was like, man, this is very surreal now.
Yeah.
Because I was on a call with a ton of people who were doing the same show, and we were talking about this is what you're gonna do when you get there. These are the things you need to bring, and just like stuff like that. And I was like, okay. I was like, this is like for real. This is 2 days. Like it. That's kind of crazy. So I'm nervous about it, but I'm also excited because it's my first one. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself because it is my first one. I just want to do the best that I can do. So that's really the goal.
What scares you the most about stepping on stage? I mean, I don't think you really have like a fear, but like, what is the thing that you're like, maybe the unknown, or you're just like, hey, this is my first time?
I guess just like the order of how things are gonna go. I mean, I know how to hit all the poses, but I haven't practiced like moving around in a rotation or anything because I've never done that.
So like moving from center stage to outside and like
center to outside, outside to center,
and trying to stay flexed while you're doing it and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I know they don't stay flexed while they're like walking across. Like they just like wave and then like maybe reflection your abs a little bit, and that's about it. But like, I mean, I also just like I want to do really well, so I don't want to mess up on like something stupid. Like I guess that's really the only fear. I don't want
like if they said like front to back and you were like didn't hear them and stayed in a back pose or something like that.
Yeah, like I don't want to be, and I just like I know I'm gonna be a little overwhelmed, so I'm just trying to like make sure my nerves are calmed and everything when I go out there, and just follow exactly what my coach is telling me to. Up until then, I know I'll do good, but it's just there's a few things to be nervous about for sure.
And I know you're pretty similar to me, so you've probably visualized what it's like a couple times, at least, if
Yeah.
not overthought it many times. What do you think it's gonna feel like when you like first walk out? Like, do you like
I
try
think
to
my heart's gonna be pounding. I think I'm gonna be like excited. I kind of,
like
for me,
is
I
it like
actually
you're the leadoff hitter type feeling? Like,
kind of, because
okay,
like I feel like in those situations, like when I was pitching and when I was doing all that, I feel like I actually perform well when I'm under a little bit of pressure.
yeah,
I feel like I just let my mind go, like I let it go of everything, and then I'm good. So I don't. I'm not really worried about once I get out there. It's like the moments before, like when I'm in the back, like trying to pump up, I'm gonna be overthinking everything. I'm gonna be like, oh, I look tiny. Oh, like I need more carbs, or like I need less carbs. I look fat. Like all that stuff's gonna be going in my mind,
uh huh,
and like that's gonna be the more concerning part. Once I get out there, I know I'm just gonna have fun. But yeah, and just how many people, like who's
yeah,
gonna be there, like am I gonna be like super tiny? Those are all things like
that you're thinking of now.
yeah.
Okay, and then if you had to say right now, are you more excited or more anxious?
I'd say it's a good mixture.
Okay,
Um, Mostly excitement, honestly. With it just being like I did all the work, and I know I did, and that was always the thing with baseball. Like when you do all the work, you're not really as nervous.
right.
Like I know I did all the work, and I know I've posed a lot for someone who's gonna be their first show because I've practiced that a lot. So um, that's kind of the whole thing. Like I feel like I've done enough to where like I should be in a good spot.
And then, what's the goal for this first show besides winning? Obviously, you want to win, but what else? What else are you hoping to get out of this?
Honestly, I would love to like connections and stuff like that. Like potentially get someone who's like, hey, I'd like you to like post our brand or something like that. That's a huge goal of mine. Just because like it's kind of like what I said earlier. I don't want to be stuck in a 9 to 5. I would rather do something I actually enjoy doing. Um, so like that's a huge thing for me because eventually, I would like to make this a career.
Yeah,
Um, but in addition to that, it's really just like, I mean, I'm just excited to do it and have completed it. So like, and I've told you this too. I don't obviously I want to win, but if I place dead last, but I did the best I could, I'm not gonna be mad at myself.
right,
I'm gonna be like I went out there and I did what I said I was gonna do and I did my first show.
right.
And I don't think that's gonna be my last because it's probably gonna piss me off if I get last place.
It for sure will. That's not like you. You're not just gonna give up because somebody said you didn't win.
Yeah,
You're gonna get even more mad and be like, so what?
I used to get so mad. I specifically remember in like track when I was like in fourth grade, I used to get so mad because Dad would have me like do the mile and crap like that.
Yeah,
Dude, I was running like a 7 minute mile, and there's kids running like freaking five something in like fourth grade,
yeah,
and I was getting pissed. I was like, how is that even freaking possible? Like I'm like hauling butt
yeah,
and like I'm slow, so it was
yeah,
just stuff like that. Like that's just how I've always been. I've always been really competitive, even when I don't love it. So, and I love this.
yeah.
So I'm gonna get really mad if I'm just like getting my butt whooped.
Right. Has bodybuilding changed who you are?
As far as like being hangry all the time, I think you guys have noticed that a little bit probably. But I mean, I'm super happy with the discipline and everything. And at this point now, I feel like I'm not as unpleasant to be around just because I know it's about to be over. So I'm just excited for it and the experience. And I know I just have a couple more hard days and then I can eat whatever the hell I want for a few days.
um, what has this prep taught you about yourself?
Just like that I can, it's like reassured me that I can do hard things.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I've always kind of known that, but like, I've just like, this is another thing. Like, running half marathon when I was 10 years old, like, dad always kind of instilled that in all of us. Like, you're going to do the hard stuff so that nobody else. And working out for 3-4 hours, like in high school, and doing the bench thing, and then getting a college scholarship, and all those things leading up. And it's just one more thing to add to my like list of like accomplishments.
Yeah, for sure. And then, what would you tell the version of yourself from a year ago?
Um, A
Because
year ago
that
me,
would have been before you even thought about doing this.
a year ago me, I would have been like, I would have told myself like, you're gonna do something that's gonna change your life. Because I mean, I didn't ever really. A year ago, I didn't think I was gonna do a bodybuilding show. Now, that's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to do one in the future, but I just thought I'm not near big enough. I'm not. I don't have near enough muscle, like stuff like that. And that happens with a lot of people because they compare people to like being on gear and crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you actually like do the conditioning and like you keep your structure and everything like that. And the thing is, like, I know a lot of those guys like on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm actually near around their size for my
Yeah.
first one too. And it's like some of those guys have been lifting for way longer. Like Will Tennyson, like lifted for like 10 years. Jesse James lifted for like 10 years. And
Yeah.
then it's just like I'm only 21, so I've been lifting for like 6 years.
Yeah.
And it's like I was able to get to that condition and everything too. So, um, it definitely takes love for the sport, but I would have, I would have told myself like, you're gonna shock yourself in a year, because
Yeah.
I would have never thought I was gonna be like this lean. Because honestly, I think I am like 6 to 8% body fat, and I'm super proud of that.
Yeah. For sure. Who do you want to make proud?
Want to make Cam proud.
Yeah.
Um, I know that she knows I work so hard, and like that this is like something that like I really wanted to do. So I definitely want to make her proud. Um, want to make you guys and my family proud. Want to make Luke proud because like I was his kind of first like real product.
Yeah.
Um, and that pushed me a bit too because I didn't want to like disappoint him when he was doing all the right stuff. He was telling me do this, do this, do this, and everything was right. So that's why I stuck to it so seriously.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm in the position I am now, to where like I actually like look good and look ready to be on stage. So I don't, for me it's not necessarily like who I want to make proud, it's who I didn't want to let down.
Okay.
So that's just how I am. I don't want anybody to be disappointed in me.
Gotcha. And if you win, what would it mean to you?
Mean a lot. I mean, it would like reassure me that like you can continue to do this and like do really well at it, because for my first one to win, that would be huge for me. And I mean, that's just something that like I would love to happen. I don't know how it's going to be, so I don't want to say like, oh, I'm for sure winning, stuff like that. But like I think I have a shot because of how much I push myself. Like I think I have a genuine chance of winning, which is really cool.
Yeah, especially since you're going against people that are also doing their first show.
Yeah.
I mean,
You never know. You never know. Like I could be out there against Will Tennyson. I could be out there against freaking Bob Schnapp, who's 25% body fat. So, like you really
just don't know.
You really don't know.
Why are you doing this when most people would never even like consider doing this?
I think it's just like what we've been talking about. Like it's just a thing. Like our family is someone who like pushes the limits, and they're like you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, like all those first. And it's just like that's instilled in me now. Like I want to be different. I want to like work harder than everybody else. That's just how I am. So like that's really pushed me to be like, let's keep going. Let's like do another thing. Cross it off the checklist. Do something that like nobody wants to do. Like because it builds your character too.
What separates you from your competitors?
I know
you don't know them yet, but like, what would you say separates you?
I think how much time they probably have versus me. I think a lot of them probably aren't married. I think a lot of them probably don't work 12-hour days. And the fact that I'm still doing all this stuff right and doing that gives me more confidence, because I know that like those guys probably had slip ups and stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I had everything going against me. Like I could have easily been like, oh, I'm tired after work, not done my cardio.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired in the morning, not gone to the gym. Working 65-hour weeks and doing this the last 2 months of prep is like, I'm really proud of that. And I know that separates me because it shows like my discipline and hard work versus everybody else. A lot of people wouldn't want to do it when they work that much.
Yeah. Is this an obsession or a passion?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I mean, I think I want to continue to do it, and I have like grown to love it. Um, but it's definitely like it started as a passion. It started as like something I wanted to do for a long time, and then I just like I became obsessed. Like the way you look, the way you're making changes, like all that stuff, and then just looking at yourself and being proud of yourself every time you do like a posing session or like something like that. That feeling, like I'm obsessed with that feeling now. Like I don't want to. That's why I don't want to gain a ton of body fat after. Like
Um, what happens after this show?
so I've already talked with Luke, and like he wants to continue to like coach me and stuff. I think the goal is going to be a pretty decent sized bulk, probably like for a year, but like do it in a way that it's not like I'm not going to be 200 in 2 weeks. Like I'm going to be probably 200 again, but it's probably going to take like a year. And then that way for my next show, I can probably step on stage at like 180.
Okay, so 10 pounds muscle gain is what you're trying
Yeah.
to look at. Okay.
I want to gain about 10 pounds of muscle in between a year. And with the way I'm training now versus how I used to and all the things I've learned, I think it's very doable.
It's a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Are you addicted to the process now?
Oh, yeah.
Or is
Dude,
it
I weigh everything.
Yeah.
I weigh everything. I don't eyeball anything, like, because I just don't want to screw up, and it's just like something you have to do. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just be like, looks about right, because then I'm off 50 calories, and 50 calories when you're only at 1,400 the last 2 days is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
And last thing, what would you like to share with the audience? Just like as your last thing before you, I mean, next video they see you're probably going to be at your show.
I just want to say, like, I don't really care how I do. At the end of the day, like, I want to do really well, but I don't really care how I do. I just want to motivate someone else out there that they can do it, because the reality of the whole thing is I'm working 65-hour weeks. I'm married. I don't have that much time, and I was able to get in everything I needed to. I was able to do my 2 hours of cardio. I was able to get my proper rest I needed, my 6 to 8 hours at least. I was able to go to the gym and push myself super hard even when I was tired. So if I can do it and I'm working 65-hour weeks and I'm married, you can definitely do it too. So if you're thinking about doing it and you're like, oh man, I don't know how much time I have, and you're working like a part-time job or something like that, you definitely have the time to devote to it. And it's just extra steps. It's just doing things that you're going to be proud of at the end of the day. So that's kind of my piece that I wanted to share.
Awesome. All right. Well, good luck, and excited to see what it comes out.
We'll see you at the show. Like that's really pushed me to be like, let's keep going. Let's like do another thing, cross it off the checklist, do something that like nobody wants to do, like because it shows builds your character too.
What separates you from your competitors?
I know
you don't know them yet, but like, what would you say separates you?
I think how much time they probably have versus me. I think a lot of them probably aren't married. I think a lot of them probably don't work 12-hour days. And the fact that I'm still doing all this stuff right and doing that gives me more confidence, because I know that like those guys probably had slip ups and stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I had everything going against me. Like I could have easily been like, oh, I'm tired after work, not done my cardio.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired in the morning, not gone to the gym. Working 65-hour weeks and doing this the last 2 months of prep is like, I'm really proud of that. And I know that separates me because it shows like my discipline and hard work versus everybody else. A lot of people wouldn't want to do it when they work that much.
Yeah. Is this an obsession or a passion?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I mean, I think I want to continue to do it, and I have like grown to love it. But it's definitely like it started as a passion. It started as like something I wanted to do for a long time, and then I just like I became obsessed. Like the way you look, the way you're making changes, like all that stuff, and then just looking at yourself and being proud of yourself every time you do like a posing session or like something like that. That feeling, like I'm obsessed with that feeling now. Like I don't want to. That's why I don't want to gain a ton of body fat after. Like,
What happens after this show?
So I've already talked with Luke, and like he wants to continue to like coach me and stuff. I think the goal is going to be a pretty decent sized bulk, probably like for a year, but like do it in a way that it's not like I'm not going to be 200 in 2 weeks. Like I'm going to be probably 200 again, but it's probably going to take like a year. And then that way for my next show, I can probably step on stage at like 180.
Okay, so 10 pounds muscle gain is what you're trying
Yeah.
to look at.
I
Okay.
want to gain about 10 pounds of muscle in between a year. And with the
Okay.
way I'm training now versus how I used to and all the things I've learned, I think it's very doable.
It's a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Are you addicted to the process now,
Oh, yeah.
or is
Dude,
it?
I weigh everything.
Yeah.
I weigh everything. Like I don't eyeball anything, like because I just don't want to screw up, and it's just like something you have to do. Like
Yeah.
I can't just be like looks about right because then I'm off 50 calories, and 50 calories when you're only at 1400 the last 2 days is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So
And last thing, what would you like to share with the audience? Just like as your last thing before you, I mean, next video they see you're probably going to be at your show.
I just want to say like I don't really care how I do. At the end of the day, like I want to do really well, but I don't really care how I do. I just want to